So the South Dakota State Chess Tournament was like the height of my life as a ninth grader. My dad drops me off and he leaves to go get a Cinnabon with my sister. And he comes back hours later and I get in the car with my big trophy I put in the back seat and he looks at me and he goes, "How'd you do?" And I said, "I won." And he looks at me and he says, "Good, you were supposed to." And I remember at the time that put like this chip on my shoulder, this expectation that I was always supposed to win. I was supposed to be the best. And so if I wasn't winning, if I wasn't the best, I wasn't worthy of love or of meaning, right? I wasn't living up to my potential. It really tinted my life for the next 15, 20 years because I lived under this guise that I had to be the best. Yeah. And many years later of doing a lot of work with my dad and with myself, I realized that it wasn't his intention behind the words that he expected me to be the best. The question, "Good, you were supposed to," was this acknowledgement that I was the highest ranked player there. I should have technically won, but the question underlying that was just, did you do your best? How did you play? Like, and it turned out that I didn't play my best to win that tournament. I actually played pretty poorly. And so you can win by doing everything wrong, right? But is that really a victory? And the flip of that is that you can do everything right and still lose. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. And so this idea that nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so, is that our perspective of the things that happen in our life and the words that people say to us, the actions that we take, matter far, far more than the reality of what actually took place, because your perspective is going to tint everything that you believe about that scenario. Your perspective is, in a very real way, your reality. And so you can choose your perspective and say this isn't a good thing or a bad thing, it just is. Or you can take something that is traumatic to somebody else and say, for me, this is an empowering event. I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, this is going to be my power, the strength, that my story I get to share later. So nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You get to choose your meaning. So choose the meaning that moves you towards your greatness.